Hello dear tea friends from around the world. Welcome to a new tea class with me, Stéphane Erler, the founder of the Tea Masters blog and the tea-masters.com tea boutique. I'm making these classes about Wenchan Baozhong this semester to introduce this special category of tea, one of the oldest tea kind in Taiwan, and it's a very interesting kind of tea because there are lots of different cultivars. Last week we saw the work of the Taiwan Research and Extension Station creating lots of different modern cultivars like Jinchuan, Cui, and we brewed Qin Yu number 22, Baozhong, and today we are going to investigate whether new cultivar in this area, like many cultivars, it's also coming from China, like Tieguanin, Jingguanin, what else, Haijiaodong, or even what else do we have? Shuexian, yeah. So it's fairly common that there are exchanges between farmers in Fujian and in Taiwan. We saw in the first classes that a lot of Taiwanese immigrants came from Fujian, and one of the most interesting tea region over there is Anxi. There's even an Anxi connection of tea merchants in Taipei. Most of them are of have Anxi family, and therefore it's quite normal that there would be lots of exchanges between this old tea region, Wanshan, and also this mother, this cradle of the Oolong family in Fujian, and especially in the mountains of Hui, which are actually not really high mountains. They are similar to the Wenshan mountains in Pinglin, around 600-700 meters in altitude only, but they are much more mineral. The rock formations are more dramatic. You probably have seen, and if you have not, I encourage you to go to my blog. Yesterday I posted pictures of my very most recent outings there just 2 days ago, and I took lots of pictures from the Wenshan area, and you can see hills, you can see lots of forest, this subtropical forest, but you won't see many rock formations. The hills are all covered by forest. You don't see the naked rock. There are also streams, rivers, but it's not as dramatic as in Hui. Now, let's speak a bit more in detail about this cultivar. The Rougui cultivar apparently is quite old, going back to the Qing dynasty, and actually it's more in recent times that it gained in popularity in China and in the Hui Mountains, because well, the name Rougui means cinnamon, cassia. This indicates that it's a flavor, a scent that gave its name to this tea. So this is a cultivar that is mostly about the fragrance, not so much about the taste. So far I'm not smelling much cinnamon in these leaves. Of course they are processed a bit different in Wenshan than in Hui. In Hui the 99% would be roasted, either medium or strong. In Wenshan, actually, because the taste of Taiwan consumers is very much similar to the high mountain taste, so most Baozhongs in Wenshan and Pinglin are low oxidized and not roasted. They are fresh, and this is the case with this Rougui. So it's interesting, if you are interested in the Rougui cultivar, even in China, to be able to taste a Rougui that is not roasted. There are also roasted versions. This is actually a tea from a farmer that started to produce this tea in the year 2018. I had it a couple of times, sometimes roasted, sometimes not roasted. This year, the farmer and I thought that the tea already tasted very well without any strong roast, so we didn't. I did not insist on having it roasted, and thought this is interesting to compare this cultivar to other cultivars and better understand what makes this cultivar special. Let's preheat our Gaiwan. We are going to use porcelain Gaiwan to study this tea. This is always the best way to study Baozhong. Sorry. What else can we say about it? That it was harvested on April 29th, which means it's harvested quite late in the spring season, and this is consistent with the fact that Baozhong leaves are picked quite mature. This is also the case in the Rougui Mountains, where the harvests take place end of April or May, because they are harvesting mature leaves. The color is dark with a yellowish tint, indicating a higher degree of oxidation than the most common Wenshan Baozhong. If you are really interested, this is one thing I did this week to better understand it. I brewed it side by side with Qingxing Oolong Baozhong, that is the one that I call Baozhong Excellence, which is in the same price category, $10 for 25 grams. This one is $9.5 for 25 grams. So very similar price level and also similar quality. So the Rougui cultivar is a very recent introduction in the Wenshan area, and I cannot guarantee that this is the only farmer who produces it, but there are not so many. I cannot be behind every farmer to check if they have it or not, but it's really quite rare, so we are fortunate to be able to taste this rare tea and better understand the Rougui cultivar, and also better appreciate the range of flavors you can get from Wenshan Baozhong. So let's brew these leaves. Here's my water from my silver kettle. Okay, so water comes out smooth. Very nice, not much foam. I'm a bit at the end of my package, that's why there are a bit more broken leaves, which means I won't brew it too long, otherwise it's going to be too strong. It's more for roasted teas that it can be interesting to have a ratio of 30% of broken leaves and 70% of full leaves. For fresh Baozhong, we have to be a bit more careful, otherwise it's going to be too strong. It's a bit full. And of course I'm burning my fingers, it's maybe too full. When it's too full, I'm the fool. Okay, but a nice color, maybe a lot of broken leaves. but this does not matter. This is tea leaves, it's not dirt, so it will only make the soup stronger. And what's not killing us is making us stronger, so in niche terms we are ready to drink this tea. We can see the color is on the golden side, very good transparency, very nice shine, nice reflection of this light on the surface, no turbidity, very clean. The smells are interesting. Fewer fresh smells compared to the Qingxing Oolong or the Jade, but maybe a more spicy kind of scent, and a very nice taste, very smooth, very mellow. The Rougui in Rougui also has been more popular in recent time because it's a tea that has a very broad appeal. It's not too roasted and not too powerful like a Tirohan, and it's very fragrant, and it's now harvested in some very famous areas in Rougui, like the Nyolan Kung, and there's a play on word. Nyolan Kung Rougui becomes an abbreviation, Nyo Ro, and this means I'm drinking beef meat. So only the insiders know that to drink beef meat means to drink Rougui from Nyolan Kung in Rougui. Really very easy to drink, very smooth, very mellow taste, and a fragrance that is a bit on the spicy side without the strong freshness of Qingxing or Jade, but yeah, something more mellow. So it provides an interesting change of pace, less in the freshness, but more in the sweet spiciness. Let me see if you have any questions. Hello Terry, thanks for joining, and I know you have the sampler of these classes, so you are able to drink at the same time. I hope you have good results with this tea. Really, in terms of taste, it's quite smooth. So this brings us to a different way of thinking about judging a tea. For Rougui, there is Xiang, Qing, Ho, Chun, 4 letters that are easy to remember. Xiang, Qing, Ho, Chun, and actually Xiang, Qing, Gan, Ho, Chun, and 5, and they mean the smell here, very this little spicy note, which might be stronger when it's roasted. Qing means the clarity and the purity. Gan is the sweetness of the taste, the mellowness of the taste, and Ho is the liveliness of the tea. Does it vibrate? And yeah, it does have a bit of this zestiness that comes actually from the Wenshan area, this zestiness that is common to most Baozhongs. So nice smell with a bit spicy note, less freshness, good clarity, good purity, good sweetness, and liveliness. So on all 4 marks, it's doing a good job. No, nothing that is too that is shining too bright, but high marks on all 4 dimensions. Of course, if you were looking for something very fresh, if you're a fan of high mountain oolong from Darjeeling, this will feel a bit too oxidized, too not fresh enough. But if you are looking for new smells, this is an interesting combination of Rougui cultivar that is now planted in Taiwan. So a good cooperation between these 2 countries, or province and mainland. And it is it won't have the minerality of Rougui, but it has a bit this zestiness from Wenshan. So here we also get to understand the impact of the terroir on the tea and how it has adapted to the Wenshan process and the Wenshan area terroir. Okay. Oh, I see some comments. Terry writes, delicious. I will compare to the jade and the Yangzhe means Yingzhe Hongshin. Good tea for autumn. Yes, indeed. The calmness, the little darker oxidation makes it very smooth, and it feels more soothing than than the Baozhong Excellence, that is much more on the very bright fragrance of freshness. So yeah, good point. A good tea for the fall season. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, and give me a thumbs up if you have enjoyed the video. Next week we will talk about the last tea on the program, the roasted Rougui cultivar Baozhong. You can, if you have not purchased the sampler, still get it, and go back to my previous videos that I will keep online. The sampler is currently on sale, -5%, and there are many new teas and accessories on sale on my website, t-masters.com. Don't wait too long to place your orders. We never know how things are going to evolve. So if you are in the US and a long time customer, I've sent you an email to tell you the procedure. If you are a newcomer to my website, you can also make a card and I will contact you. For the US, the situation, the process is a bit difficult because only small packages are allowed right now, below $100 in value for customs, and but at a normal shipping price. This is the advantage of this current policy. So take advantage of it before it disappears, who knows, and at least take advantage of it for the Christmas season. Tea is the best gift that life has given us. Share it with your friends, share it with your family. Enough said. Have a wonderful Sunday and see you next week. Bye bye.